Hi, Tamika. I'm sorry it took me so long to get your reading done. You know, when I tried to enter your energy a few times, I was not strong enough. I don't understand what it is, but you have the same last name as several clients of mine, students, spiritual children, etc. So I'm sure there's karma. It's really just ancestral karma under Oshun or Chamba. So why don't we go ahead and begin right now? What I'm going to do for you is open up your record. I hope it takes me, I hope it goes quickly because sometimes it could take some time. So, what the universe wants you to know about is your spiritual foundation. There is some way that you leverage or you rule or you govern in your life that probably does need to shift. And this could be a new aha moment, a new wake-up call, or you may just be as of recently waking up in some way, shape, form, or another. Now, particularly for me, the way to tell if that's what's happening in a person's life is when they're finding that the things that used to go on are different. Maybe you're growing into them, growing out of them, or you're looking at them differently, or having an appreciation that you might have not had before. And it starts out with timing. So a cycle either closed out or is closing itself out, or there was a fortunate event. Maybe you found out some information suddenly, or maybe an opportunity came through that didn't come before. Maybe money fell out of the sky, or money's gonna fall out of the sky, or money's on the way. And it doesn't have to be money, but it would be an opportunity or a pivot, a change that does give you greater abundance, definitely materially. So, really what's being talked about is that you're working on working something out, mixing, matching, transmuting, using patience, fortitude, deliberation. And it would require that something that you get clear about. You need to get legal. You definitely need to get strategy wise. It might be a legal strategy. It feels to me like something is finally working out. Something's finally coming together. Now, it would require you letting go of something, and it would be a soulmate connection. So you're in the dark. And Tamika, this is I want to call you Golden Lady. This is an overall, so I'll get into your individual questions in just a second. I feel like you need to release some of this love connection, that this was a soulmate, they're not a twin flame. Even if they were a twin flame at one time, you don't just have one twin flame. Twin flames can take on different shapes and sizes. They're all going to be anchored to members of the soul group. The ability for you to access the twin flame energy is going to be according to your ability to heal and harmonize your own energies. Now, you need strength, courage, and wisdom. You need to stand up to bullies. You need to find your light in the darkness. And I would say that you're working on using your energies to control things. So you're still thinking from a manipulating standpoint. It could be, an excess of Scorpio energies or anything along those lines. What I really trying to say is the way you're feeling, the way you're going about it, the way you're using your energies is actually your passion about this person is driving you insane. It's creating suffering in your life. So you're waiting on a reunion, and it may happen in about 3 weeks, but I need you to understand that this reunion is going to give you clarity on moving forward, and you shouldn't be waiting on this reunion to move forward, because if you change your behavior, the energy may change and the reunion may never come in. So don't wait for this person to show up. Continue doing what you're doing. Improve what it is that you're doing, not making a decision from their standpoint. Make a decision from your standpoint, a value judgment for you and yourself, not a moral judgment for them and what they're planning to do. Okay, and then understand that you will have success and victory, but it'll be through letting things go, through allowing negative energies to dissipate, through working on recuperating and regaining your power, your personal power mostly, allowing your shadow to expedite, meaning to dissipate, to You know, like when a baby's crying and they eventually wear themselves out. So the crying in the beginning will be really loud, but eventually it'll dissipate. They'll fall asleep. They'll get tired. They'll stop screaming, whatever. It's the same kind of concept and idea there. Ultimately, stop this unhealthy competition with something that is not yours. You're competing with things outside of yourself. And I feel a man is involved in the story, but it will be your own belief of self-worth and value. You're competing with your shadow. And it's a game that you only win when you stop playing the game. You're visiting a dangerous place, allowing entities, energies outside of yourself to govern so strongly. You feel like this release, this death that you want, transition, transformation, is in somebody else's hands. That is not the case, I can assure you. In order to move forward, you're going to need to learn what it looks like to move on and to leave things behind. It's hard for you to let go and leave things in the past, I can tell. Okay, so you need to go on a journey, a spiritual technology, learn different things, learn meditation, learn mantras, learn a little bit of root work, learn how to mix herbs, do whatever you want. It feels to me like the thing that you're looking for, the lesson will come when you finally leave things behind. See, you're in your romance, or you have a poetic waxing on about this experience, and that's a bunch of bullshit, really. I mean, in order to move on completely and successfully, you're going to need to work on your own affairs, your own materiality. And so you're carrying in your root the wounding from this love. And it's unfortunate. It says that if you don't change your ways, things are going to come burning down to the ground. If you don't find a way to move on and to confront what's alive in you on a spiritual level, if you don't stop having a crisis of faith with stopping believing that this person is somewhat whatever you labeled them as, because there's unfairness in love and you're living in that place. You're sitting there holding on to your wounding, like you're a scorned woman, like this person from the past. And see, you even changed your questions, and that's just the thing. Like, the way love is going to come in for you is you need to change your inner constitution, because you have this connection to this person and you're still a hidden female. This was a secretive relationship, and it's not going to change any. You're in the dark about all the aspects of this relationship, and you're actually not going to be able to find out everything. So give me just a second here. So you need to learn some things about yourself. You need to confront what's alive in you, and also some self-worth and value problems, and it's affecting your money. You're hoping, wishing, praying, dreaming, waiting on something outside of yourself. It's affecting your ability to create wealth, to sustain wealth as well. So even when money comes in, it doesn't stick around because you don't value yourself. You don't have the right self-worth. Therefore, your net worth is stumbling. Hate to say it, but there you go. And it's a crisis of faith too. I mean, you're in the dark about the true belief system that you need to leverage in order to navigate. And ultimately, you need to make a choice about this thing in your life. And it could be that just recently something became clear to you, and now you're going to move on. Finally, it's taken too long. There's a lack of fairness here in this love situation. You're never going to get to an agreement. You're never going to get to a contract with this person. And I'm also detecting I'm also detecting. Well, I hate to say this, but child support or something along those lines. It's like some type of contract. It feels like there's a contract that happened that you're really kind of scorned about. It's not this love that you have of this other person. It's somebody. I feel like you had a relationship with them or an agreement with them or children with them. It actually may be that the father comes back into the children's life a little bit more and it frees you up to do some self work. I'll see if that comes up again because we have another 20 minutes together. So um, I'm hearing the song Haters Gonna Hate, Players Gonna Play, Ballers Gonna Ball, Shot Callers Gonna Call. Ain't got nothing to do with me and you, just the way it is. So if I'm hearing that, there's something going on behind the scenes here. So let's just follow the story a little bit more. Then it goes and talks about getting community things. See, I really think in the back of my mind, in the back of my heart, in the back of my spirit, that you need to become like a reverend, a priest, or a pastor. Like you need to do sermons. You need to be the spiritual person in your community. Provide healing to your community on a spiritual level, whatever that is, however that looks. It doesn't need to be the way that I do it. You can find your own way of doing what I'm talking to you about. Because it's saying here that if you work on your community relationships, if you work on your small community, like your neighbors, your coworkers, and you confront the things that are hidden there, the hidden gems and the hidden enemies, that will actually create a very positive foundation for you, and it'll expel some of the things that are hidden that don't need to be there. And it'll give you new things to work on. You need new content, new worries, new drama, new problems. The old set of things that you used to deal with ain't doing nothing for you no more. And that this old commitment. And the funny thing is that your baby daddy, like whoever's the father of your children, they are actually on a soul level more of a twin flame, more of a soulmate than this person you're hung up on. And you're probably going to send me back an email telling me you're not hung up on this person. That's not what this energy says here. That whatever way you've been using your time to heal because of this person, it's blocking your path. And I'm not saying you need to go back to your ex. I'm not saying that you need to completely give up hope on your this person. I feel like this person is married or this person is somewhat unavailable. They can be married to a job or married to a situation. They don't have to be married to another person. But you need to do well working with people. So it might be that your job changes, that you get some type of promotion. I do see that. But again, your self-worth and value, if your self-worth and value does not change, my dear, it don't matter what it is. Because there is something important for you to be working on. You do have the flow of abundance on the way. You do have some type of change, turnover in a situation. You might need to try to get a promotion, or you might need to try to apply somewhere else, or you might need to stand your ground in your community, be truthful about who you are. Ultimately, what that's going to do for you is help you separate from old structures. And you have emotional structures that are building blockages to you manifesting what you truly want in your life. It's kind of like you want to be treated equally, or you want somebody to see you for what you gave to them. And see, that's the thing. You don't need any validation from outside of you. If a person can't see your value and your worth and what you contribute, then you just need to walk away and leave them in your past. You're going to be united with them in heaven always. So on earth, if they're walking a journey that takes them away from you for a little while, you have to accept that. I know it's easier said than done. So that's why you need this different structure, because the universe is giving you an opportunity already. And so you're probably not seeing the opportunity. So this is about love, to be honest. Self-love, self-worth. And I hate to say it, but that old little situation with that married dude or whatever, I don't remember the details, and I am getting picked up that he's not married to a person, he's married to something. Even if he is in a marriage, he's either married to his job, married to a situation, married to the lies he tells himself, married to something. That his job was to wake you up and to help you work on your self-worth and value, and it would have happened to a wounding that took place with him. So let me look at your questions real quick. So one of them was, is there time for you to be in a relationship? Don't worry about switching up the questions. It says a lot. So I already answered a lot about relationships, so I'm going to answer 2 questions here. Is there time for you to be in a relationship, and is there one in the immediate future? I'm going to combine those together. Are your ancestors happy with the way you're communicating with them? I'm going to answer that one separately. So let's open up the record here. I don't know which one's coming out, but trust me, any man situation here, if it doesn't have to do with your boss, nope, not good. Okay, so ultimately this is going to be a record about the change you need to make in order to be most abundant. You need to rely on yourself, step into your path. You came here to do something great, and when you're in alignment with that, everything else is going to work out well. You've been in the dark about love for some time, and the love that you want is in the spiritual, and once you experience that energy in the spiritual, it can come into the material. So there's lots of work to do, and to be honest, you're not in alignment with what you need in order to bring love into your life right now. So I'm going to tell you no. Is there time for one? No. Is there going to be one around the corner soon? No. Right now, you're going to be spending time learning about love. Now, this record is about how you're kind of stuck on stupid. And I hate to say it that way, but it begins with the Tower card. And it actually says a new issue, a new crisis, a new fuck up, so whatever you're building, you might be going on a journey that's going to end in destruction or dissolution. So let me just get into the nitty gritty here, because what I just said is a little bit harsh. So let me tell you the specifics of this and how it works, okay? Now, whenever I have a record and it's the record of the Tower card, first of all, understand that the Tower card is my boss. So I might destroy your concepts and ideas or destroy your vision or your plans. I hate to say it, but it will be beneficial. Now, this is dramatic in your heart. It's like you really want this. You've been waiting for it for a long time. You're in shock. You're feeling stuff. And you might actually feel attacked or outlawed or outed. It definitely is a rude awakening. And it has to deal with your belief and your ideal system, probably around love in the future or love in the future. And if you have a man in mind, it's not the right man. It doesn't matter who's in your life right now. It's not the right man. It's not the right man. There's something deeply hidden about him. And ultimately, whatever's happened, there's not going to be any continuance. So this person may come back into your life, but it'll be briefly. And it'll be for truth to be revealed. And that truth is not, it's clear on the spiritual level, but it's not clear in the physical level because you're living in darkness as well. So the universe has tried to give you closure already, and you've not taken up that opportunity. So it starts out with that tower, and usually when the tower is at the top, it's like a new, because the top is like a new. What does this journey look like? What is this reading about? It says some type of challenge, obstacle, upheaval, dissolution, breakdown. Ultimately, I feel like you're gonna have a rude awakening soon if you don't get right. And it starts out with the emphasis is on, or the experience is around, I should say, creative expression. So you need to focus on your self-worth and value. You need to focus on accumulating wealth. You need to focus on your self-worth. And that will bring you into this secret about love, because you're in the dark about love, and it's very clear to me. Difficulty making decisions as well, especially about love, even though you have all the facts. So you have the proper discernment. You see things as they are, but you don't feel as you should feel about them. Or your feelings are a little bit immature, or a little bit latent, or a little bit, you're still dealing with feelings that you had 2 years ago. Now, these feelings are about a secret love. So this is your love reading here, and I have to tell you, no, there's no love on the way, and there's no love. There really is no time for love either. There would be time for love if you made room for it, and you can't make room for love until you make room for self-worth and value. That's what I'm being told here. And this is because there was some type of secretive love before that brought a lot of energy to the surface for you. It kicked off your ascension. So you're in the dark about a love that was secretive at one point in time. It's very possible that you were the mistress. Or somebody's secret woman. Or that somebody was having an emotional affair with you, or that you're secretly in love with somebody else. And you're putting out energy that is love energy, and I'm curious to see what it's going to get you. Well, ultimately, it's going to give you opportunities to have strength, courage, and wisdom, but unfortunately, over the next 3 weeks, you're going to be struggling to find this strength, courage, and wisdom. You're not going to have courage to leave energies behind. You can't make this shot call to stop feeling or loving about this person. And you might even be telling yourself that you can't. That's a bunch of bullshit. It's not true. You need to go out on a journey of the greater good. You need to call yourself out for the greater good as well. You're succumbing to a story because it's easy and convenient. It's easier to feel that pain than the new pain of having nothing take that space. To just have it remain open, and no person lives in that place in your heart that you reserve for love, and you don't know what that's going to manifest for you. And as much as you think you're looking for new love, you're looking for old love. But to be honest, I hate to say it, but it's true. Now, something has ended and you're unwilling to see that. You don't have faith that it's over. You still think it might be an option. And you might be looking into your options for the wrong reason as well. So it's compounding a no. I would wait on love. I would advise you to take a chill pill for a moment, because you're still working out shadow. You're still dissipating some of your lower energy, and you're still getting rid of karma. Karma is still leaving your aura. I wouldn't invite anybody in right now. And you need to wait until Neptune is out of the retrograde period. So let me tell you about that. So we found out when you can start thinking about love again. I'm hearing this song by Shania Twain. It's called What Made You Say That? It wasn't the moonlight. It wasn't the starlight in your eyes. What made you say that? Have you been listening to your heart? So somebody is going to come back into your life, and it's going to throw a wrench in your plans, because you can't get with them. You're going to want to get with them. It's going to look like you can get with them. And it's really for closure, because you've been taking way too much time on your self-worth and value, and the universe is getting a little bit impatient with you. Okay, let's look at the Neptune retrograde and see when it comes out of retrograde. Because there is someone in your life that's going to come forward, and you might not know them. It could take up to March 15th of next year. So sometime between the 24th of November and the 15th of March of next year is when this love is going to manifest. And again, you need to have changes in your career, changes in your self-worth, changes in your net worth first. So your belief about money is actually causing all of your see, the energy that you have to manifest love is actually also the energy that manifests money, and it's being improperly used. Two days ago, you should have been able to leave. I think 2 days ago, you were questioning on letting this love go for this old person. And you're back at it. You're back at the conversation. Or you're waiting on me to confirm it for you. Which I'll do if you can drop him, let him be. He'll come back and explain something, but only after you let go completely. Yeah, because the way you're going about it isn't going to manifest what you want. It's actually going to break apart your organization, break apart your structures, break apart your foundation. You need to detox some of this. You need to let go of commitments, let go of holding on to old ideas, old beliefs. That's going to be how you manifest this. You need to be clear on your self-worth and value. You need to be clear on your path. You need to be clear on your future. You need belief in a bigger, brighter, better future. You need hope, faith, and optimism in a bigger, brighter, better future, or you will not manifest love, period. And a lot of this is coming through Neptune. So girl, let me just apologize. I understand why you stuck on stupid with a love problem if it's Neptune, because Neptune is the thing that gets you all fucked up with love. Got to tell you the truth. That's my problem as well. So I spot it because I got it. I'm not qualified to judge, to be honest. My little love twin flame boo thing, his moon is conjunct my Neptune. So we dream together and everything. And we're trying to get over each other and we still come into each other's dreams. He could be having a bad day or go on a bad date and think about me and I'll be in his dreams that night. So it's hard to let go. And it's been about 2 years and I'm still stuck on stupid. Yeah, there is a big, bright, beautiful future, but you need to be humble about what's coming your way, and you need to do that by continuing to work on yourself and not thinking outside of yourself all the time. Because this crisis of faith, this crisis, this inability to control your emotions, this it is supposed to make you perform well under pressure. And you need to choose an emotion and manifest whatever it is. So if you think he's coming back, prepare your life for somebody of his quality or better to come. Don't plan your life for him. Plan your life for somebody like him or better to arrive. And again, it may take as long as March 15th for it to happen. So that's about 8 months, 9 months almost. Almost 9 months. See, 9 months is what you call slow manifestation because that's the Ace of Pentacles. You can bring something completely out of the spiritual into the physical in about 9 months. So I think what it needs to be is you need to spend time working on your spiritual union with whatever spirit's on your head. I don't know who your head spirit is. It might be Havioso, Shango. It might be Oshun, Chamba. It might be Emonja, Yemaya. It might be, Papa Densu, Da. Who knows? We don't know yet. So it says here that it's Sekhmet. It's Dazoji. So it is. It's saying that your mommy Da. That you're a mommy Da child. And that your spirits are not going to allow this. They won't allow any of this to come together because you're dishonoring yourself, you're diminishing, diluting your own power, you're forsaking your own spirit. And it's good that you have a new creative expression, but you need to spend time getting your life together. Judgment, discernment, clarity, understanding of your self-worth and value, seeing things clearly for what they are, not allowing the emotions to get the better of you. And in order to do that, you really need to design your life, figure out who you are. Being in the right place at the right time, really reinventing yourself, finding a new dream. What is your innermost desires? What would make your heart dance inside your body? Go on that journey and things will change dramatically. You have a hope, a wish, a dream, an aspiration in your heart that you don't allow yourself to get excited about. Doing that will actually take the burden off. So let's see your ancestors really quickly. Okay, so, well, okay, let me just get my bearings here. Well, normally if you're a white person, you'd be doing good with what you're doing with your ancestors. Your ancestors need a lot more from you because you have a spiritual heritage that you're about to learn about. And they actually look at you right now as having a crisis of faith. And what they truly genuinely want to see from you is understanding ancestral technology. So you need to be a practitioner of, indigenous practitioners, hoodoo voodoo kind of deal. And maybe you already are to a little bit of an extent, but like you need to be faithful to ancestral veneration. That actually needs to be your religion. Ancestral veneration is your religion. And it's the grandmother. The grandmother's not happy. She's actually blocking things from you. because she sees like you're not seeing your place. You're not right with your ancestors. I don't know what else to tell you. So we're gonna go a couple extra minutes. We're already at like 35 minutes. I might have to do one more record here. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry for taking so long to get back to you. I couldn't open up your energy. I needed to be clean and pure and not have done any other readings for the day. And yeah, I couldn't, with the way your energy works is I couldn't be weighed down with other people's energy and go in and deal with your energy. I needed to just give all my attention to you. So here's what I see. This is the record of the soul group, and it did bring in your ancestor and your DNA and your lineage. You are a child of Sekhmet, and you actually also have the power of divination, Ifa. I don't know if you're aware of that. You don't know your lineage, you don't know your power. You need to do Ifa divination. Because it looks to me like you're a mamisi, like a mami wata, mami, we call you a mamisi. So the experience starts out in learning. You're not learning, you're a keeper of a sacred knowledge and a sacred tradition that you're not actually practicing right now. And you may be unaware of this fact that you're a keeper. It's in the dark. So your intuition's been hidden from you. And this is actually going to give you a lot of self-worth and value. So this thing hidden in the dark, it is your deepest dreams calling to you. And your deepest need calling out. Your ancestors are begging you to take advantage of an opportunity. They want you to step into your spiritual inheritance, dear. So you have a tradition that they want you to go. See, I bet you have siblings and cousins and stuff, and they're more ratchet than you. And I don't mean that to offend you. I mean, like, if the ancestors on the other side had to choose who they wanted to take care of business here, out of all of the bloodline, they want it to be you. So they consider you to be more spiritual or more virtuous, more righteous, even if you're in ignorance right now. I don't mean that in a negative way. Even if you don't know about the tradition that you've inherited, they want you to carry it on more than anybody else. And they're saying that you haven't taken your place in the soul group. You are the spiritual authority in your family, whether or not you know it or not. And you do know it. It's saying that you do know this truth, that you're the spiritual authority in your life, nobody in your family, nobody else. Sekhmet. Sekhmet is you look up Sekhmet right now, you need to love Sekhmet before you go to bed. So the experience comes in your ability to learn. You're a keeper of an ancient tradition and lineage. It's not coming together right now because you lack self-worth and value. You're caught up in money conversations. These money conversations are masking a real hidden truth and it's something that your ancestors see very clearly, but you don't, it's because you're in the material. Now, this truth is around your deepest need calling out. You should be designing your life instead of behaving out of character, is what they're saying. Now, understand that sometimes these messages come from the, the fourth and fifth dimension. So ultimately, you need to be communicating with higher powers, doing Ifa. Your job is to do Ifa. You're what we call a boko. A bokono literally is the oracle of a certain spirit. I have to officially recommend that you participate in Ifa. Now, this is actually very positive, because there's a long-term goal here, number one, and two, you also have a guardian angel, and the guardian angel is Legba. So your gate is pretty much christened. You already have permission through the gate. It came with your life. It comes with your bloodline. However, you are going to need to break out of your fear, break out of your illusion, break out of the darkness, break out of your lack of knowing. You're in a mental prison or some type of illusion, or you're going a little bit too traditional and not for the right reason. They are running out of patience. This change you might want to make is delayed. You're going to need to wait another 3 months before you really start your Ifa or get things moving. That's fine. And you're going to be confronted with the truth of a bad situation more and more and more and more and more. And I think that's what your ancestors have done. I really feel like in 1 to 3 weeks, this old guy you used to be hung up on is going to come back, and you're going to see that he ain't no nothing, he ain't shit. And it's your ancestors doing it. It's your ancestors bringing him back forward. And it's Mercury, it's Legba. But you're a Mamisi. Interesting. So, because you're kind of in crisis mode, like you're still reeling from a heartache that happened a long, long time ago. And so you need to find peace after conflict is what that is. And you're going to do it by letting go of this man. I know we keep bringing up this old guy because he's all up in your energy, honey. You don't even know. And so you're blocked with your learning and your faith in yourself and your faith in your abilities and your spiritual inheritance because you're giving it to the wrong place, a man. And you might be thinking, I let him go. I don't think about him, XYZ, LMOP. I don't believe you. I'm sorry. It's not. They're shaking their head profusely. No, honey, no, honey, no. And if you did let him go, break the energy apart, cut cords, take a bath for 9 days in a row, sleep with some rose quartz and obsidian under your pillow. Because when you step into your spiritual lineage, everything you've ever wanted, you'll start that journey. It won't come right away, but you'll be on the right path. And it is when you step into the spiritual world. So about 90 days from now, I can see why you can't get love until March 15th of next year. As late as March 15th of next year, as early as November 24th. I think around November 24th, you're going to figure out what you need to figure out, and you're going to start manifesting results around the 15th of March. Because, again, either you're questioning your faith or you're You're also going it a little bit too traditionally because you have a spiritual inheritance, and you are going to have an inheritance also come probably from the mother. But see, with that, if your mother does expire, there's going to be this karma that isn't handled. Apparently, the way that you guys interact needs to shift. And if she's already deceased, you need to apologize to her. Even if you were in the right while you were in the physical, spiritually, things work a lot different than our linear brain would tell us things should work. And yeah, because you need to build a better foundation, and you're going to build a foundation off of the soul group, and the soul group is going to be your ancestors more than the people around you. You are the huno of your family. So you're a high spiritual leader of your family, and you're the spiritual authority of your family. So to answer your question, are your ancestors happy with you, pleased with the way you're communicating with them? No, they're not, because they want more from you than what you're doing right now. And to be honest, they have a job for you, and it was always going to be like that. You were born with this job. So let me look up one more record here on how to equalize things, balance things out. I'm going to open up for you the Justice card. Yeah. See, the thing with your family is you need to learn so much more than what you know right now. And if you judge based off what you know today, you're going to arrive at the wrong conclusion because you don't have the knowledge base of the language structure to really navigate that decision-making process. And you do need to stand up to your fears and the things that your living family would say. And again, Sekhmet. See, I am Sekhmet, and that would mean that you're my spiritual child. And I'm getting a confirmation, a big, strong confirmation. Okay, the spirits are actually, they're showing me a picture of them shaking their head up and down, yes. Okay, so I know exactly what's going on with you, and I had to like pull 4 records to find out, girl. Let's read this story. Okay, honey, let's read this story. All right, so again, this is a new law, an outlaw, or a new way of life, a new thought that you probably haven't had. You've been reticent and hesitant, and you probably wouldn't normally on your own go down this path, but this is the path of truth. Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, path of truth. With and you're hesitant to go there with this full in reverse, and that's the experience. You need a new temptation. You're resisting temptation. I think you feel that if you started to do magic or started to do root work that you'd go out of control, or you're fearful of it. And they're saying that you need to detox and let go of a lot of energy around that, and that you're going to see over time you can fight it less and less and less. So whatever story you have in your mind today about being a root worker, being a Vodun practitioner, that bullshit story is going to be yanked out from underneath you. Because that's the healing that you need, and your soul will not be right until you step into your path. Period. So Yeah, monk, nun, selfless devotion, single-minded dedication to spirit. So to be honest, like you're never gonna have a man live with you, sleep in your bed, all that stuff, maybe a night or two of the year, of the month. It's just that you work with spirit and that you are married to the universe. And so this man needs to come out of the heavens into the physical. And he may take on different shapes and sizes, meaning he may come through and a group of different people over the course of your lifetime. You're the creator. So this healing is going to give you peace. It's going to give you justice. It's going to give you resolution. And it's also going to give you compensation. So you'll know how to navigate your life and you will stay out of trouble with this spiritual path. Your ancestors want you to be on a different spiritual path than you are right now. And your ancestors are the one that sent you to me. And they did it when you had that breakup with that other person. Remember the one that you were checking to see if he was checking your emails and all that fun stuff? Because they're actually looking at you as if you're in crisis mode. As if in any given moment, you could have an emotion that will completely derail your life. That they're looking at you that way. And they want you to face up to your own truth. They literally want you to confront the devil alive in you. They want you to resolve this internal conflict you have about waiting for love when you already have love given to you by the creator. The moment you step into union with the creator, a man will manifest in the physical. But you need to be in love with yourself, in love with the universe, connected to the universal oneness vibration, and then love will have a different vibration for you. And it's true, you are a spiritual worker. And I know plenty of spiritual workers that still have jobs in the third dimension. You could be a priestess of the marketplace. You can go work at the library. You can sell tinctures and potions, and you could do spiritual work all at the same place and time. So, and again, your ancestors don't really feel like your way of trying to connect with them and communicate with them is authentic. Now, when I say that, it could mean that there's another level they need you to be at, or that they feel like your prayers just don't count because they're not true. It could be either or. So sometimes they want more from you than what you're given, or sometimes ultimately they're all the same. They're refusing your offerings. So your ancestors hear you, but they're refusing your offerings because they want more from you, and you're not on the level that they want you to be at, giving them anything. They'd be fine with you knowing that you need to be in a different place, planning on getting to that place, and not being at that place. They'd be fine with that. But they feel like you're dishonoring, diminishing, diluting, forsaking your path. That's what they really feel. That you're not 100% on the right path, and they're just not with it. So you actually need to take the oath of a priestess is what they want, and you've known this for a couple of days. That's why you're asking me. And you do have the spiritual abilities that are going to bring you lots and lots and lots of success. You need to work on yourself spiritually. And see, you are supposed to be the spiritual leader of your family. I keep telling you this. You're supposed to keep the family stable and together. And see, it's falling apart, and your ancestors feel like it's your responsibility. And that doesn't always make sense to us. You have to understand we're in the third, fourth dimension. These messages are coming from the sixth and seventh dimension. To them, when they judge, they're not dealing with all the human emotions that we are. See, and you're not bright and optimistic and happy about your position in the family. And they say that it's problematic. So that you're not optimistic about the path that you should be on. And that it's actually making you materialistic, and it's causing you financial problems, and your ancestors are the ones giving you hard times with your money. And you're going to see that come out to play in about 3 weeks. You're going to have a knockdown, drag-out fight with your ancestors in 3 weeks. And it might be over money. And it'll be about you learning about money and spirituality at the same time. And then it comes segment. When you find strength, courage, and wisdom about who you are on a spiritual level, when you have spiritual knowledge and truth about yourself, that's when everything's going to work out. Love, your ancestors, everything. So I'll talk to you soon, dear. I know that was a lot to process, but here you go. Here's your reading, dear. Take good care of yourself. Tamika, get with me. Let me know how this set with you. I'm here. I'm available to you. We can email back and forth. I can, if you're willing to get into the mission school, we can have a little bit we can have some intimate time every week. It'll either be you and me one-on-one, or a small group of less than 10 people. So I'll talk to you soon, dear. Take good care. Digest and let me know and get back, and we'll figure out what the options are then. Take good care of yourself. Bye.